Hello nation, and welcome back to the homestead.
You're losing a lot of your winter coat. Oh, you can't lick the camera. All right, girl, I'm gonna leave you be because it won't be long before it's milk time. Tear it up, girlfriend.
Well, so far you guys have heard us talk about the difference between a dairy cow and a beef cow, what to look for when you're going to go buy a dairy cow, and the things to have on hand before your dairy cow arrives. Now, if you missed any of those videos, those links will be in the description below. But today we're going to talk to you guys about what you need to do the moment your dairy cow arrives on your homestead. Okay, so the absolute very first thing you have to do is take a deep breath. Calm down, relax. I know your anxiety is going to be high. You're going to be stressed a little bit. You're going to be excited beyond belief, especially when you see that truck coming down with the trailer with your dairy cow on it. You have to be calm because your new dairy cow is going to feed off of the energy that you're producing. Now, once your dairy cow has arrived, the truck has stopped, the very first thing that you want to do before this cow gets off the trailer is to get either a halter with a long rope on it or a rope halter on her with an extremely long rope. Now, that rope I'm talking is anywhere from 3 to 5 feet long, and this long rope is going to be your best friend for the next 3 to 5 days. All right, so we've got the halter, rope halter on her. Your new dairy cow is really stressed out right now. Stressed out from being loaded onto the trailer, taken away from an environment that she was used to, and the travel. And that travel doesn't matter if it's 5 minutes down the road or 5 states away, it's still gonna put a whole bunch of stress on that cow. From this moment on is extremely important. You're starting to develop and build a relationship with your new dairy cow. And that relationship has to be built on trust, or later on down the road, you're gonna have a huge headache when it comes to milking. So with that in mind, muster up all of the patience that you have and calmly, with that rope halter, lead her off of that trailer and then lead her to your barn or stall that you're going to put her in for the next couple of days.
Hi. Hello. Aren't you beautiful? You let me touch you? You're very timid, aren't you? Hey, beautiful. Aren't you gorgeous?
All right, now you got your new dairy cow into your stall in your barn. All right, now you just want to, the very first thing you want to do is make sure that she has access to plenty of water. As much water as she can stand, you just let her have. Go ahead and take the very end of your long rope, go ahead and tie it to one of your posts in your barn, a good solid post, and then just leave her alone for about 10 to 20 minutes. Just let her be. Let her calm down from the travel. Let her get some water. Let's start to lower that stress level. Go ahead and take care of anything that you need to take care of with the person who brought the cow to you. If it's the same person that you bought the cow from, go ahead and start asking questions about the type of feed that she's used to. What's the protein level? What's the fiber level? You know, what's all the different levels? What type of hay is she used to getting? And then just let her calm down. Okay, once your 10 to 20 minutes is up, you've taken care of business with the person who brought your cow, she's calmed down a little bit, go ahead and bring her some of your feed, a little bit of hay, and just stay on the outside of the stall. Just talk to her, let her get used to you for about another 10, 15 minutes. So total, you're going to be letting her settle for about 30 to 45 minutes. Then this is the time that we're going to start putting hands on after about 45 minutes. Go ahead and just, that rope that you tied to a post, go ahead and get it in your hand and start to walk slowly and calmly towards your cow. All right, so as you walk up slowly towards your dairy cow and you're talking to her and you start to be able to put your hands on her, pet on her, love on her, talk to her, you'll find out where she likes to be scratched, where she doesn't like to be scratched. She'll tell you all these things. Rub on her like this. That helps soothe her, helps calm her, helps de-stress, brings the stress level down. And then once you can come up here and put your hands on your rope halter or whatever, here's a little secret. Go ahead and get her head up, and then just take your hand and put it around her nose like that. Let her get to smell of your smell. Let her get your scent. That helps her to imprint on you, so that way it helps with that bonding as it goes along. And then just spend the next hour or so just loving on her, getting to know her, brush her, pet on her, love on her. Just keep talking calm to her, but don't relax, stay alert, because she's still kind of stressed, and sometimes she may want to try to jump around, dance around. You don't want yourself to get hurt, or you don't want her to get hurt. It's very important that at this point in time, you take your time coming down that rope. You do it slowly and calmly, because the last thing that you want to have happen is her start to try to run around kicking and bucking while you're in that stall with her. All right, now that you and your dairy cow have spent some time together, it's time to start to introduce her to your routine. And what I mean by that is go ahead and take her to the milking station, but take her the way that you're going to take her every single time you milk. So if she's coming from where your paddocks are, take her down that path and lead her into your milking stanchion. And then let her spend some time in the stanchion. let her eat on some feed, pet on her, brush her. You know, just keep your hands on her, keep talking to her. Go back there, put your hands on the teats, on the udder. You know, let her get used to you getting ready to milk. Now, if you're going to be using a machine and you're going to be machine milking, now would be a good time to go ahead and just turn the machine on and let it run. That way she can get used to the noise of that machine, so that way the very first time you use it, it won't spook her right away. And caveating back to when you're talking with the guy who brought the cow, ask her if she's been hand milked or machine milked, because if she's been machine milked, you're good to go if you're going to machine milk. But if she hasn't, that's going to take some steps, being calm, and just getting her used to it, because she's going to kick those milkers off time and time again until she gets used to it. So in this time, just let her get used to the milking stanchion. The key thing here in this step is starting to introduce her to your routine. And the routine, when it comes to a dairy cow, is the most important thing. Dairy cows love a routine. Dairy cows will develop a routine. Now, whether it's your routine or their routine is all going to depend upon you. So introduce her to your routine. That way you don't have to try to fall in line with her routine, because your routine will definitely be easier than what she has in mind. All right, so after you let her spend some time in the milking stanchion, go ahead and take her back to the stall. Now you want her to stay in the stall for a couple of days, maybe even a week. It really depends on her and you. But keep constantly coming out there while she's in that stall, loving on her, petting on her. Get her used to the times that you decide to milk twice a day. Like here, we do 6 and 6. So at 6 in the morning, come out, put her in the stall, milk her. Give yourself plenty of time, but milk her, put her back in the stall. Love on her periodically through the day. Make sure she has plenty of feed and hay. We're just keeping her calm. But the reason why you want to keep her in that stall for 3 to 5 days is, one, you want her to get used to you. start to get used to the routine, but also you want to keep an eye on her to make sure she doesn't get scours or anything like that from the stress of travel. Plus you still got that long rope on her. And then just do that for 3 to 5 days.
What are you doing? You wanna go for a walk? Huh? You wanna go for a walk? I found a good spot, didn't I? What you got back there? Huh?
All right, so now you've had your dairy cow in your stall. You've owned her now. She's been yours for about a week. Okay, now this next step is going to be a complete judgment call on you. You have to make this judgment call. If you feel that she has calmed down a lot and you're able to walk up and love on her without any issues, then you might want to go ahead and start taking her to the next step. If you're still starting to have, if she's still trying to run away from you, or if she's still being hesitant, you might want to take a couple more days. But once you're ready to take that next step, it's time to introduce her to your pasture, your system that you're going to use for her to be out on grass. Now, if you're going to do electric fencing like we are, I strongly recommend that you go ahead and leave that long rope on her for the next 2 or 3 days while she's out on that electric fencing. Because if she's never been around electric fencing before, she may test it. She may run through it. And so having that long rope on there is going to make your life a lot easier to be able to round her back up again, because she's already going to be jittery and stressed from dealing with the electric fence. She takes to that like a duck to water. Then go ahead and take that long rope off, and then bam, you're in business. Key things to remember is to stay calm, to be patient, and stick to your routine. Don't variate from your routine for at least the first 3 to 6 months with your dairy cow. I would say absolutely never vary from your routine, but the life happens, curveballs happen. But do your best for at least the first 3 to 6 months. Do not variate from your routine at all, if possible. And then you're in business. Now, if you take what we said today, take this advice, and you follow it, this will help you build a solid foundation of a trusting, loving relationship with your dairy cow that will serve you in years to come. Thanks for coming by the Big Bear Homestead. God bless, and have a nice day.